Jay here. I'm here to bring you a review on Dragon Ball Super Episode 31 English Dub. So at the beginning of this episode, it goes to Jocko in outer space, and he's on his way to Earth. And he's fussing because, he has to go pick up Bulma because she screamed at him saying, head to Earth because she's gonna send Vegeta after him and shit. So you see him like do some weird shit onto a ship where it like transformed into like a gun or whatever, and he blew up something, and I guess it turned out to be something important, like a galactic monument or something. And I guess on the radio there was like someone on the run, like a villain or something, or just a bad guy, and he blamed the bad guy for what he destroyed. I guess it was really important, so he blamed the bad guy that they're supposedly looking for, like the Galactic Patrolman on the radio. Like he blamed it on the whoever's on loose. So Jocko gets to Earth, and when he gets to Earth, he tells Bulma like, "You want to go to the center of the universe?" And he's like, "It's impossible. My ship won't make it there or nothing." And Bulma was like, "I'm not expecting to use your ship. I'm expecting to go to your galactic whatever and use a different ship that can go like in hyperspace or whatever." And Jocko's like, "None of our ships will work. It's just too far, Bulma." And Jocko starts saying like, "I think I know a person that will tell you like about your information you're trying to get, or what you trying to do. It's called Master Zuno." So Bulma's like, "Okay, let's go see this Master Zuno." So it goes to Jocko's ship, and they're getting ready to leave and shit. And Jocko's like insulting Bulma, because since he got there, he's been insulting her, and she's just been fucking clocking him in the head. So when they're getting ready to leave, Jocko and Bulma, Vegeta's like, "Hey jackass, you better not do nothing to my wife, nothing, no funny business." And Jocko looks at him, and he does like a throat face, like, and Bulma sees him, and I guess she gets insulted, and then she just bops him in the fucking head. So after Jocko and Bulma, they left, and Bulma said, "Take care of Earth while she's gone." She just blasts off with Jocko. Goku and Vegeta, they start saying that they like feisty women, and it kind of explains why Bulma is so feisty and Chi-Chi's so feisty. And Vegeta was like, while he was talking to Goku, he was like, "Don't you understand that us Saiyans, we like feisty women?" And Piccolo was in the background, and he heard that. He was like, "It all fucking makes sense." So then it goes back to Bulma and Jocko, and they're flying in his ship, and he's still like insulting her and shit. And then he gets payback by pressing some, like, he transformed his ship again, and he presses some one button, I guess it's hyperspeed, and his ship just starts fucking just flying fast as fuck. And then I guess he got like kind of dizzy too by pressing that button, because it got fucking Bulma like dizzy as fuck, and him. And then he starts remembering like, "Oh, you've aged a lot since I first met you." And then it did a flashback. Like, I guess this flashback is before Goku was born, cause Bulma was 16 when she met Goku. So anyways, this is before Goku was born. Anyways, in the flashback, it shows young Bulma flying Jocko's ship, and it shows her sister, Tights, looking all hippie and shit. I didn't even know she had a sister until like the previous episodes, or when I seen it in Japanese. Anyways, you see Bulma flying in Jocko's ship, and she's understanding how to fly his ship, and Jocko and her sister Tights are just watching her fly. her ship, and you see her sister like tell she's gonna go places and all that shit. Then it goes back to like the current time where she's like, you know, older, and they're back in his ship, and they finally get to Master Zuno's, I guess, planet or forest planet. It looked like a fucking big ass cube. Anyway, Bulma and Jocko, they go inside Master Zuno's planet or whatever, cube, whatever, and when they get, like, they land on the planet or whatever, and they walk up to Master Zuno's castle or whatever, and Jocko's like, yeah, it looks fancy, don't you think? And Bulma's like, yeah, this is fancy. And once they get up the steps, it's like some big-headed dudes. I guess they're like Master Zuno's attendants or whatever. And they start circling around Bulma and Jocko. And they start telling her, like, you need an appointment and all that shit. And then out of nowhere, this frog toad dude shows up. And Jocko starts looking at him. And he's like, oh shit, that's that one dude that's on the run that I heard on the radio. But if I take him in, I'll get blamed for destroying, you know, the Galactic Monument. And so the dude was like, oh, I'm gonna get caught. Like, the bad dude was like, yeah, I'm gonna get caught. Then he was like, oh, just good day, sir. Then he tried, like, just to walk away because he had an appointment because he been waiting 7 years. And, like, Bulma, she was giving up hope. She was like, maybe Beerus is just kidding. Let's just go, Jocko. And then Bulma was just walking off. And Jocko was just standing there watching the bad dude and Bulma walk separate ways. And he just was like, freeze to the bad dude. And the bad dude got, like, scared. And then he took one of the big-headed dudes, like the assistants, like, he took him as hostage. And then fucking Jocko, I guess, he said he's gonna take he went like this and took the distance between the bad dude, the toad dude, and him. And he just went fast as fuck and beat the shit out of the fucking bad toad dude. Fucking uppercut him and fucking kicked him in the gut and just fucked him up. Then once Jocko defeated the bad toad dude, the assistants with the big ass head, they said they have an opening now. So it goes to Master Zuno. He has a fucking bigger head, and Bulma, she's been noticing they have big heads, like, since she met the big headed dudes. She's been like, damn, they got big ass heads. So anyways, they meet Master Zuno, and they start, like, I guess Jocko gives, like, an example of how you gotta, like, ask a question. So he asks a weird ass question, a pervy question. He asked, what's the breast size of Bulma's, like, boobs? And it was 38. I'm not sure, 36, whatever. That was a weird ass question. Anyways, he gave that as an example. So it showed her how to do it. So she starts stepping up and doing her questions. She started fucking up and fucked up on one of her questions. She had 3, but she fucked up on one, so she had 2 left. Excuse me. And see, she just came out, like, as soon as Jocko told her she has to be careful with her questions, she just came out, like, with her question. She was like, can you tell me everything you know about the Super Dragon Balls? So, and then Master Zuno started explaining about the Super Dragon Ball. So bear with me if I didn't get everything, because he said a lot of fucking shit. So basically, the Super Dragon Balls are scattered across both 6th and 7th universes. They're the size of fucking planets. And they're created by Zalama. Zalama? I'm not sure how to pronounce the name, but I'm sure they're gonna say it again. But it was created by that god. And when you collect all the 7 Super Dragon Balls, you get a wish from the God Dragon Zalama or whatever. It was fucking long as fuck, and Bulma had to write it down and shit. So yeah, he explained the entire of like origin or whatever about Super Dragon Balls. So after Master Zuno explained the fucking origins of the Super Dragon Balls, um, I guess Bulma messed up again, and then she tried to get more questions by like, the only way to get questions from Master Zuno, you had to kiss him or whatever. So she tried to kiss him more again, but then assistants, they said she had to leave, so they pulled her away, and then Jocko and Bulma just flew away in his ship, away from Master Zuno's cube or planet or whatever. Then they get back to Earth, and you see Jocko telling Goku all about the big-headed dudes and all that shit. Then you see Bulma and Vegeta sitting down, and Bulma's like, well, at least we know that the Super Dragon Balls are scattered across, both universes, 6th and 7th. So, Bitch is kind of gonna be hot about that. And then Vegeta was like, so that means that Champa, he was kinda in our universe for a while collecting the Super Dragon Balls. And then Jocko walked up to Bulma and he's like, well, I have to go on Galactic Patrolman business, so I'm gonna be on my way. Then Bulma says, I have something for you. Then she gives him like a box of like milk and cheese and all that, and I guess he likes dairy products, and he's like, oh, thank you, Bulma. And then he gets in his ship and flies away. Then Vegeta walks up like, hey, you didn't try any funny business with Jocko or anything. And she's like, what are you talking about funny business, jealous guy? And then Vegeta was like, like he just did like a whatever face, like jealous face. And then Goku was like, so what was Jocko talking about? Something being saggy. And then fucking Bulma screamed Jocko, and then it went to fucking Jocko, and he's flying in outer space, and he has that fucking one bad guy Toad dude tied to one of his chairs. I guess he's gonna deliver him to, I guess, the galactic jail or whatever. And while he was flying away, he was like, I hope they don't find out that he destroyed that galactic monument or whatever. And he said, well, if they do, they'll just give me a slap on the wrist because I'm Jocko, the Galactic Patrolman. And then he flew off, and then it was the end of the episode. So this episode was kind of a slice of life slash Bowman Jocko episode. It was cool. We got to see fucking Jocko in action, like since the fucking Frieza arc when he kind of fought Frieza's army. But he was dope. Like, he just fucked this Toad dude up in this episode. So that was fucking dope. It was just a cool episode. I wasn't expecting it to be like a fucking just exciting episode. It was just a leading episode to the Universe 6 tournament. I can't wait to see that. So, I'm Jay, and this is my review on Dragon Ball Super, episode 31, English dub. Thank you for watching.